What's up, guys? Today we are gonna make a great keto snack, cocoa roasted almonds. This is quick and easy. It takes about 15 minutes and it really satisfies your sweet tooth without being too indulgent. Here we have 150 grams of raw almonds. You're gonna want raw almonds for this because we're gonna roast them ourselves. You're going to need cocoa powder and some erythritol. Now, I've tried making this recipe without erythritol and it's really just like bitter and not tasty, so I would recommend putting a little bit in there. We'll get to that in a little. I've also tried it with stevia. It's just really hard to get the stevia drops to like evenly incorporate into the almonds. Like you'll get some that are super sweet and some that are just bitter. I have found that using erythritol works best, so that's what we're using today. We have 150 grams of raw almonds here. We're gonna pop them on a silicone mat. You don't need the silicone mat, I just like using it because we have it. Totally optional. So we've got the oven preheating to 300 degrees. We're gonna throw these in for 15 minutes. So we had these in there for 20 minutes. And you can just, they smell kind of like roasted almonds. They start turning a little bit darker. That's about when you wanna pull them out. Now we are going to make the cocoa coating. Dusting. Cocoa erythritol dusting. Coating. What is it? Now we're going to make the cocoa roasted part. No.
Yeah, the coating.
Now we're going to make the coating. We've got erythritol here. We also have some cocoa powder. And the ratio I've found that works well is about 4 parts cocoa powder to 1 part erythritol. You just want a really light sweetness, but you need some sweetness or else it's just like bitter almond roast flavor. It's not very good. What I do is we put a little erythritol in a blender here.
Coffee grinder.
In a coffee grinder here. And you can turn granular erythritol, which is what this is. It's like sugar, basically. Granular erythritol. Turns it into powder. I got some in there already. And then watch this part. So that is how you can turn your erythritol into some powder. We got a good bowl here for tossing. Let's just throw all the almonds in there. And you want to let them cool for like 2 to 4 minutes before you coat them, or else it'll kind of like burn the cocoa powder, I've noticed. So I'm just gonna eyeball how much I think we need. I'm gonna do 4 teaspoons cocoa powder and 1 teaspoon erythritol. Perfect. Now 1 teaspoon erythritol. And then I'm a big fan of throwing some additional salt on there. It really makes the chocolate pop. I like to give it a real good pinch. And then just mix these up. Also, if you want to get like super pro about it, you can probably mix the erythritol and cocoa powder first separately so that it's more evenly incorporated, but this works fine. Perfectly coated, right?
Yeah.
Now I like to use this sifter thing to kind of like scoop them out, just because you don't want a bunch of excess cocoa powder on the pad when they're drying, and you want to lay these out flat here to cool. So it looks like we probably didn't need about a tablespoon of that, and we are just going to let those rest there for about 15 to 20 minutes and they'll be totally cooled. Then you can put them in a Ziploc bag, throw them in the cupboard. We'll be back with a taste test soon. We're back with the taste test, guys. Here we go. So the gold standard for cocoa roasted almonds, everyone knows, is those emerald ones, right? They're incredible. These, I don't know how they do that. These are not as good as those. These are really good though. But somehow they get their cocoa to like really stick to the skin of the almond, and it just is like the most incredible, delicious thing ever. But these are, I would say they're not as sweet. They're more dark chocolate tasting. Feel free to up the sweetness if you want to, but they are really good. These are great for traveling. Great for on the go. The link to the full recipe is in the description below. Just like a really good guilt-free snack for on the go. A lot of people want to have like a sweet snack every once in a while. These are good. These are great. Another thing we did try when testing this recipe was coating them and then baking them for an additional like 5 to 7 minutes. I would say that made the taste more bitter and like it cooked the chocolate a little bit, which I didn't like. You can go for that too though if you want. I prefer this way the best. Give these a try. Good for on the go. These are delicious. They're not emerald delicious, but they're pretty good. Try them, guys.